Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm wondering if you can hear me, you can see me. It's a beautiful day here today. I'm just going to see, where is the chat? Hi Caroline, good morning. I need to organise my desktop as always. Everything is last minute. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right, hello Caroline, Sue, Nikki, Lucy. Good morning, ladies. I hope you have a lovely morning today. Oh, mine has been a very eventful, as it always is. I can see and hear you. Fabulous. Good stuff. Okay, good to hear. What are we going to do today? Hi Maria. Hi Marjorie. Good morning. Good morning, Amanda, if I haven't mentioned you. Hello, ladies. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing an industrial project. When I do it like that, my stomach is coming out. That's very lovely. That is exactly what you want to see today. My stomach. Okay, fab. Right, okay, I am going to move this up and just organise myself a little bit. What we're going to be doing today is some very, very exciting stuff, and I'm going to be showing you lots of exciting techniques and things that you can then, this just shows how clean my desk was underneath that mat. I've got a bin there. So here we go. Okay, fabulous. Okay, I'm all sorted. I'm just going to have a look. Good morning, Sue, Wendy. Hello. Hi. First of all, can I just say a huge thank you for the love you're showing to the Christmas tin. It's been absolutely flying. So thank you so much, and October craft box as well. Thank you ever so much. It obviously, you know, as they say, when you make a purchase from a small company and the actual real person makes a little dance, and that's true, I do make a little dance. Probably not every single time, but every few orders I definitely make a little dance. Okay, so hi Jen. So what you have tuned in to see today is the Industrialist collection and the Industrialist crafting. I have quite a few things, and you'll be proud of me, I have gone prepared with the heat gun. Hi Margaret. I've got prepared with a heat gun because I mean, I've got some wet glue, but if we were to do this with the wet glue, we would be waiting forever. And you know, I'm not a big fan of heat guns anyway, apart from for mirror and stuff, and you know, I guess this kind of stuff. But yeah, but we will make it happen. So what's going to be happening today? First of all, I wanted to just give you a quick show through the industrial collection. If you haven't seen it, it's not going to be long. For those of you who already received it, you know, it would be probably a little bit boring, so I'm just going to show you. I mean, these are actually from our Hochanda sets, so I will be using that because I've got that handy, and I've got all the beautiful snip art that Martha has created that are very, very industrial. Again, they're probably very familiar. One of them is sold out and it's not on the website anymore. That is the background, the clock background. I am going to get more, but it's not going to be till the beginning of October. So this one I have prepared. Obviously, we also have charms from Craftbox. So we have actual real light bulbs with tiny light bulbs. We have the colored cogs. We have these, and we have smaller packets of the actual brass cogs as well. And yeah, so that's what we have. Now, I wanted to share a few very exciting things with you today. One of them is the reason why I was probably about 30 seconds late starting the broadcast is because I was very hectically uploading new products to the website, apart from the tin, because I know that if I'm going to use something and you really like it, you may want to get it. So I have a very, very, very limited numbers of those. Hi Melanie, thank you so much for your purchase. I really appreciate it. So I have these paints from Pentart. These are antiquing paints, and I have 7 of the 7 colors. I will be using them on this project along with rust and along with the antiquing paste from Pentart as well. This will be very vintage, quite industrial project. I mean, I hope you'll love it. and I just realized I didn't bring the misspelled newspaper. I will pop downstairs and get that in a second. We can do a little shopping break. It's almost like, hey, Kochanda. Okay, so I just wanted to show you these. I will be using these obviously if you want to wait and see how I'm going to do that. There are 7 colors. I've got only 1 pot of this on the website, and I think 4 of everything else. And these paints are water-based paints that are made to antique your project, and these are the colors that I have. And also we're going to be using the antiquing paste. It's a solvent-based, very oily paste, and just makes the antique effect absolutely amazing. I'm going to be showing you lots and lots of techniques, so stay tuned. I hope you're going to enjoy it. Because yes, the paint is in the shop. Again, just look for antiquing with this spelling, antiquing, and you will find all the 7 colors. And also, if you want this one, then just look for antique with this spelling here. Can you see? I wish I could show you a bit better. Oh. Well, I hope you can see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to very, very quickly pop downstairs to get some of the misspelled newspaper paper, and we'll be right with you. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I had everything prepared apart from the paper. Right, let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to be doing tons and tons of techniques and stuff here. The first thing I'm going to do is I've got my canvas. I am going to prime it, she says, with a clear gesso if I can find it, because that would really help what I need to do. Failing to do so, which I might just as well, because I've got this big pot. I've got this huge pot from Hochanda of I mean, I take it to Hochanda when I go there. I've been crafting with, so I'm just gonna pretend that I've covered it with clear gesso. Okay, so I am going to take the paper. This is a misspelled, newspaper paper that came in the box before last, which was the August one, I think. It's a lovely A3 sheet. It's huge. It's going to last you forever. It is on the website. I think if you look for misspelled, or it's in the Industrialist collection as well. I am going to be using quite a lot of that as my background. Because my idea for this paper has always been to make backgrounds with it, just to have a little bit of text showing, but not really showing the whole thing. When I got a lot of stick for that, which by the way was absolutely weird. Sorry everyone, it was a little weird. It's like, oh, your newspaper had so many spelling mistakes. I know, as it really was never supposed to be a reading newspaper. Anyhow. So you can see International Business Knowledge Centre. Oh yeah. Hello. Hi Sue. Right, okay, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use the gel paste to adhere it. So I'm just going to I'm going to work on my canvas. Everything I'm going to do, I'm going to work on my canvas. I'm not going to try to have fancy working surfaces, because that never works, does it? Okay. So I'm going to pop that down and start my project. It seems like some colours coming off, but it really doesn't matter much. Okay, so adhere that. If you need more gel paste, just obviously add that. You might do with quite a lot actually, just to make sure it's properly stuck on. And whenever it's coming off, then just add a little bit more. Gel paste, glossy accents, Mod Podge, anything that you have in your stash. You don't have to buy a specialist adhesive for this. No reason to worry about this kind of stuff here. Okay. Seems like we need quite a lot to adhere this paper. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. And I'm going to put probably this one. I'm just going to be doing a little bit of you know, paper piecing here, if I may say so. Add quite a lot of that. Seems like it is required to make sure that it adheres. I know, Nikki, that the spelling mistakes are quite bad on this, but as I said, you know what, I haven't even noticed, because my intention has never been for this to actually be a reading material. It was always supposed to be a mixed media stuff, you know, fit for purpose, as they say in project management. Okay, I'm just going to pop that down. Just make sure I've got enough glue on this. It's probably going to be quite hard sticking it all properly down. That's fine. We'll make it work. And we will get there. Okay. Right, so that is stuck. She says, she hopes. It doesn't really matter because I'll be putting so much paint on it when it all dries. It should be fine. Okay. Add a little bit more in some places. Okay, maybe here. I think I'm gonna need more glue very soon. Just make sure that it is lathered, whatever the word is. I'm missing words today. Doing great already. Well, I hope you like the final effect. It is quite, I think it's going to be quite exciting. Okay, pop that one down as well. Getting rid of all my gel paste because that's what I have handy. Not really adhesive of choice because it dries real slow. Much prefer multimedia matte. That is definitely the adhesive of choice for me. Okay, which I have somewhere, no doubt. Right, and then a little bit here, I think. Yeah, perfect. Right, good stuff. I'm probably wearing too fancy of a jumper for this project today, which is going to be ever so messy. Should have left it there. It looked quite good. Okay. Right. Here we go. And then I'm going to take a little bit. So my sense of humour. Oh, thanks, Maria. You're a darling. Aww. Okay, pop that down. Get that adhered. I want to start creating layers with this. That's why, as you can see, I'm really layering it very heavily with adhesive. Oh, look, found multimedia matte. How fabulous is that? Okay. Gonna get a little bit more somewhere here. Pop that down. I am using, by the way, the brushes I'm using, they're definitely way too fancy for this as well. So the brushes I'm using are the Martha Stewart ones. If you're looking after your brushes, they're absolutely fantastic. I think I've got 2 or 3 sets that I can put on a website if you would want some of those. They're the best brushes I've ever used. However, I don't look after my brushes. So for me, it's a bit of a waste of money to use those fancy brushes. Because I just, you know, when you're doing things on Hochanda, for example, you kind of need to, you know, rush things, and you don't have the time to go to the bathroom and to clean your brushes, you know, because you're moving on to the next project. And I'm really bad at getting my water ready and all that. So, right, I'm gonna leave it like that because you know, that's all I really need. I'm gonna put that in the water and hope it's not gonna tilt somewhere. Okay, I've got my heat gun. I've got the loud one because I don't know where the other one is. I am really organized at the moment. We're moving into that new office soon, so hopefully we'll be a little more organized. I'm gonna give that a quick step with a heat gun. Hello, kitten. Do you want to say hello? You can't sit here because I've got my big basket of paints. Okay, that's enough. I know, Moonsy Boonsy. Little trouble. Okay. I don't know if you heard him. Funny little creature. Right, okay, so I have got my cracking paste and I'm going to use that. And I'm going to, because I've got already quite a lot of adhesive, do you know what? No, I'm going to prime it with a proper primer for cracking paste, because I do worry that I'm just going to totally mess this up if I don't. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take some of the primer and use it. I'm taking one of the huge brushes from Martha Stewart. It is really, really big, but it's great for covering, you know, if you have lots of space to cover. Now, if you want these brushes, can you just give me a shout? I'm going to pop them on the website. As I said, they're pricey. They're very pricey. They're the best brushes I've ever used, but they're very expensive. If you're really good with your brushes, they will last you forever. And they just got, I mean, I love the white bristles. They're just really well made. They don't shed. You know, they got artificial bristles as well, so that's good. Right. Okay, I'm going to get that paste in here. Not the paste, the primer, sorry. And I'm going to have to dry the primer dry, if that makes sense. Alright. Put that here. Pop that. I'm getting really warm. How is the temperature where you are? Is it really warm or is it really like cool? Because here is a bit autumnal, but I've got the window open and the birds are singing and it is lovely, but it's actually quite warm. I'm not really getting much breeze or anything. So tell me, how is the weather? I'm reading your comments about the brushes. I feel exactly the same, I've got to say, but they are really, really good brushes. So you know, if you fancy fancy spending some money on brushes, that's definitely a good purchase to make. Okay. Right. What is wrong with my mouse? Alright. So with the cracking paste primer, you do need to get it dry. So if you're going to do a workshop, if you're going to do any of my workshops, the one in Edinburgh specifically, we will be talking a little bit more about the primer for the crackle paste. But you do need to get it dry. You can air dry it with, obviously you can air dry it, but you can heat dry it. That's not a problem, but you do need to get that nice and dry. And if you put a thick coat like I just did, obviously it takes just a little bit more time. Okay, well one hopes that this is enough. It stays sticky anyway, so you know, fingers crossed. Right, I'm going to take the crackle paste and I'm going to take it on my spatula, and I'm going to cover quite a lot of it, but not absolutely everything, so she says. Okay, you get that texture already with the paper, so when it starts crackling we will hopefully start seeing a really nice effect. Okay. So, oh, I can see cracking already. Fabulous, because I didn't put a very thick coat. So that obviously looks really good. Now, I think I said that before, but specifically with the cracking paste, when you heat dry it, you get like a veiny cracks. When you leave it to air dry, you will get peel paint cracks. Personally, I prefer the peel paint effect. However, obviously for the sake of speed and you know, not boring you with literally sitting here for about half an hour and you watching the paint dry, so yeah, so sorry, I'm just reading your comments at the same time. So yeah, so in a spirit of expediency, I am going to obviously heat dry it and get it to crack artificially, but I've got some fabulous cracks showing here. It's really, really good. I'm going to make sure it's dry. I do need it bone dry because I'm going to be doing things on top of it. Right. I was just looking around for some baby wipes because I could do with some baby wipes and actually using those on my project. Oh, found them. Fabulous. That is great news. Okay, so got that. Looking good. Right, now I'm going to use some of those antiquing paints. I'm going to use a few colours. I may use some grey and some black. Okay, so with the antiquing paints, the idea is that you're going to colour blend. Okay. And ooh, I need to get the pent-out crackle paste. Yeah, I think it's on the website, Maria. I think we may still have some on the website. It's good stuff. I do like it. It's one of my favourite. Okay, so I'm just cleaning my brush quickly. Okay, popping that to the side. That should hopefully be okay. And yeah, as I said, I'm going to be doing some color blending on this. So I'm going to start with this color, which is the cream green. Okay, this is quite a high coverage paint, so I'm not going to be putting too much on my brush so that it also goes quite a long way. And then the next one I'm going to use is patina green. On the same brush, just dip a little bit, colour blend, that's quite important. You can see the cracks, they look absolutely amazing. Okay, going to take a little bit more of that pale one and then colour blend. You can see how great it's looking. I'm not going to put it all over, but you know, I am going to try to get that a bit more blended rather than with just this big strip. It looks like a big strip on camera. When I look at it, it just looks a bit different. And then the other color I've got is patina blue. Gonna take one of those, add a little bit on top, and maybe actually break that green a little bit just so that we get a slightly different effect. Put quite a lot here. And maybe a little bit of that pale again. I want to make sure that will preserve the cracks. Okay, that's fine. Just going to get that. I'm going to fairly quickly now close these all because I'm going to take my baby wipe and wipe some of that paint off. Pop that in my water. You see how good I'm being? Anna, do you bring products for us to buy at the workshops? Yes, I do. I always do, Melanie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe some of that paint off. Just take quite broad, you know, just get my baby wipe and just really remove some of it. Can you see that? So I'm getting those effects of a kind of proper peeled paint now. This is what my baby wipe looks like. I want this a bit darker now, so I can go in again with the with one of the paints, and I'm going to grab the darker green. And I'm also thinking I might use a little bit of the alga green, which is this olive green. It's lovely. It really gives that vintage effect. Alright, pop that a little bit here. Again, you know, you're looking at it and thinking, oh my gosh, you ruined it. It looks like a poo. Don't worry. We can always take a baby wipe, and if it's a bit much, it can be wiped. Look at that. Just giving this lovely vintage effect. And with wet baby wipe, you can keep spreading your paint. You see, so you don't get those brush strokes. Look. Isn't that amazing? Right, we're going to go different direction now because I don't want this to be so uniformed and almost like landscapey. Okay. And I'm going to grab That is the patina blue, which, oh yeah, I've been using that. Okay, I'm going to take some of that patina blue and then just lighten up some areas. I'm trying to preserve the cracks. So what I'm going to do is again take a baby wipe. And whenever I've got the cracks, just tap a little bit just to preserve them, you know. Well, I don't have too many cracks, that's fine. It's fine if we have the paint. Okay, so this is looking quite vintagey. I've got a little bit of paper showing through. Good background, works fine. It looks like Pooh or Anna. Thanks. Well, you know, I aim to entertain. Okay, so we have our background. Backgrounds are usually the longest thing you know, the longest something takes. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to dry it a little bit. Dry that. These paints are nearly dry already. This is not going to take us super long. Yep, nearly there. Especially as I wipe them with a baby wipe already, so. Okay, that's done. Now, I'm going to take the antiquing paste. Now, let me tell you something. I fell in love with the antiquing paste. I need to get some of those really deep box canvases. Maria, I keep teasing you about this, not you only, but everyone. I have tons. Can someone nag me today, please? And I'll put them on a website because I have tons and they're fantastic. These, you know, these kind of burlapy, linen-y ones. They're fantastic. They're from Canvas. I'll get them. I've got loads. I just need to put them on a website. Photograph, put them on a website. Anyway, I fell in love with the antiquing paste, the bitumen one. Bitumen one, can't talk. And I'm going to do some antiquing, not much, but I want this to get in the cracks. Yeah, so I'm just going to take the tiniest amount. Now, less is more with this. It really is. And I'm going to start highlighting the cracks in my artwork. Look. I mean, look how little I'm using. I'm literally tapping my brush, and that's all already, as she says. That is, we need a little bit more. But that is, you know, that goes really long way. And we are adding a bit of warmth. Okay. Nikki, tell Anna in caps. What? Tell me. Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? Soak your brush, please, Anna. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, right. Adding a little bit of paste. Can I go back to my crafting now? Adding a little bit of paste. I love those interactive sessions. They're just so cute. And just really adding them in the cracks of the paint. Just making this whole project proper vintage. You need this in your life. Not just saying that. If you have similar colors of paints, fine, don't buy them. You need this paste in your life if you're into vintage, if you're into antiquing. You know, again, it is on the website. It is $5.95. It will last you forever. You will never be able to use it in full, and you need it. You need it. Antique paste. That's what it's called. Please be good girls and go to the website, get it, because you need it in your lives. I promise you. Don't, you know, if there's one thing from today, the antiquing paste, not the paints, the antiquing paste. The paints are great. Antiquing paste. We will be using it more. Love it. You're using tiniest amounts. Right. Okay. Here we go. Can you put together an antique paint? Okay, right, here we go, done. So that is the background. Let's get cracking with our industrial elements. I am going to be using one that we still have loads in. I mean, we still have loads, well, loads. We still have a few. Some of them are again but low on stock. Some of them we have quite a lot of. I've got loads of this one, and it is one of my favorite. So you know, I don't know why it doesn't get that much love. But I guess sometimes there must be favorite, and sometimes some other ones are not the favorite. So I'm going to use that, and I am going to use the clock as well. So I'm going to use the cogs and the clock, and possibly some pipes. We will see. And definitely some screws. We need some. I was about to say we need some screws in your life, but I'm really trying to keep it child friendly. So we need some. Cogs in. Oh my god, that sounds even worse. We need some industrial elements in our lives. I'm gonna have to put some kind of parental guidance on this video, I'm afraid, because my brain is. What on earth? Right, how does that work? Go on, Hersom, you can do it. Bloody hell, you've got like oh, come on, woman, you've got higher education. You should be able to do this. Hold on. See, is it something wrong with my head? Oh, no. Is there something wrong with my head? Oh, thank goodness me. But that looks wrong. That looks like it's on the wrong side. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay. Fine. Okay. I am going to use some glue. And where is the glue? Where's the glue? I mean, like the glue. Where is it? Where is it? Hello, glue. Okay, I'm going to use this that I still don't have. You know, I'm not sure if I will have enough of on the burnt side, because who knows how on earth I just cannot figure out how to put the two elements together. You know, God bless my parents who spent so much money on my education. Anyway. Okay, pop that down. Pop that down. That's all sorted. Okay. Done. That's good. So I'm going to be putting that one down, and I'll probably put the cogs down. I'm trying to be very careful with my pronunciation. With some multimedia matte. You know, this is my favorite adhesive of all times. I just simply love it. Okay, adding that in a few strategic points. She cannot even speak English anymore. This is how far it's going. This is just. Oh, it happens in Hochanda every time, and then people think, oh my god, she came to this country, she cannot speak English. Get her out of here. No, that's fine. Okay. And Sam, on my gears, found an alternative. Da da da! I better check what you're talking about. We need more screws in our life. Sorry, Maria, I apologise. I am going to put a note that is probably not a child-friendly video. If you like industrial crafting, you should not watch this video. And if you're easily offended or a prude. Right, okay. That's fine. Let's get some bolts and nuts. The clock is back for front. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, but BJ, it really doesn't matter, because I'm going to be painting over it. I know it is back to front. I just couldn't figure out how to make it work. Right, so nuts and bolts. So this is a bolt. Let's give him some nuts. I'm not going to even try to pretend that this is child friendly. Okay, and give some of those, some of the bigger ones, some of the smaller ones. Love that. It seems like you need to take them out quite carefully. Oh. Need to really kind of wiggle them out and just get them out quite evenly. Husband has gone to the dump. Oh gosh, that sounds dodgy as well. No, he went to the recycling centre. And he said that on the way back he's going to bring me a Costa. So this video is by no means sponsored by Costa. However, I am going to be receiving one, and I'm going to be probably doing a lot of advertising for Costa, and then I'm going to send it to Costa HQ and say, oi, pay, it's free advertising for you. Oh, I wish. Okay, this looks amazing, doesn't it just? This looks fabulous. Right, what do you mean, Matt? Oh, hold on. I am a muppet of whatever degree. I said I'm going to use hot glue on this because I said we don't want to wait forever. It's fine. I can get that zapped with a heat gun. This is not a problem. But this I'm going to use some hot glue on. I hope that I'm probably going to burn myself so many times and I'm not going to enjoy this process. But that's fine. Just add one on top of another. Just get that just so that you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take some of the charms as well. Charms. Charms. Look at my fingers. Look at me fingers. She says. Okay. Pop those on down in a few places. Don't burn yourself, Anna, because we just don't really need injuries in this household anymore. It's enough that some of us are mental, present company included. Right, okay. Here we go. And when I say mental, by no means am I making fun of any mental illness. Please don't take it the wrong way. But sometimes I do feel like I'm losing my mind, given everything that sometimes is happening around me. But you know, just pop that down on the little screw. Okay, like it. Have a look at that. This is going to be going off the edge. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Good stuff. I responded. I answered my own question. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Oh, the breeze is coming through. It is lovely. This is going to be much easier when I start painting things. That's what that's what I'm thinking. Right, okay, it's time for some of those huge charms. Still a few in stock. I think we actually had a new delivery, so if we run out, we can add more. Brilliant stuff. I love it. Just gonna pop it down. You literally just go for it. I would say, you know, just go for it. Just don't overthink this process. Because if you're going slow, if you start thinking about the whole composition, you know, putting it down, taking it off, yada 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 yada, it's just not going to work. So just go for it. Honestly, just go for it. You can always paint over it and just pretend that this is how it's supposed to be, and then just put a lot of pigments over it, like I did on Hochanda. Not that, you know, Hochanda was a disaster, the show. Actually, I really liked it, and it was planned how it actually went. She says. Right, light bulbs. Which glue gun is Anna using? I am using the Tech one, the low melt one. I don't like low melt. Get higher melt. I made a mistake. Get a high melt one, but it's the one. It's the same company that actually sells on Hochanda. But I've got the pink one that I got from Hochanda as a gift, not as a gift, as a promo. But this specific one I got directly from a company, so I will look up the website. I'm really sorry, I don't remember what was the website. Shame they don't put it on the actual gun, because I would love to tell you now. Yeah, I think it's called Tech 7 or something like that. Hers just done too. Yeah, Tech something. Right, okay, so get the high melt though, get the hotter one, because as I said, this was a little bit of a mistake, because it doesn't hold that well. I think the glue doesn't get hot enough. Right, okay, I'm just going to add some here. I went to visit my father-in-law yesterday in a hospital, along with the rest of the Herson fam. He's okay. He had a minor heart attack, bless him. But he's fine now, and he's so adorable. And he said, well, I'm waiting for more grandchildren. My husband didn't hear that, only I heard that. It was really funny. Yeah, bless him. Oh my goodness, where is that cobweb going? It wasn't a cobweb, it was the glue gun thing. Right, okay. BJ, I wouldn't. I'm gonna say awful things, but I wouldn't recommend this heat gun. I'm not really in love with it. I'm just not. I'm not in love with any heat gun, but I prefer the little pinky one. Don't know, personal preference. I do like the fact this is standing. I do like that, but it's just, it's just one of those things where you just, you like what you like. Give it a try. These are quite expensive though, and I wanted to get like a forever heat gun, the one I'll get and I will just never abandon. We will always be together, like a one huge family, just me and my heat gun. And it just didn't work out, like it is sometimes in relationships, just something arrives and you just don't really love it. And I didn't love it, just don't love it. So decided that me and a heat gun are just not going to be friends. And everyone's going to be like, what is this deranged woman talking about? Okay. Little bolts and nuts here. I got some walnuts yesterday. I'm so excited about walnut season. So let me just tell you a little bit of my heritage. Okay. Where I come from, which is the beautiful land of Poland, we have sunflowers, like you do as well. But we eat sunflower seeds, fresh sunflower seeds. So when it comes to summer, all kids have bags and bags of fresh sunflower seeds that they just peeled from those, oversized heads. This is something that we eat. This is something we snack on. This is something we all miss, or most of us will miss, as probably Polish peeps that came out, that emigrated. Now, when I went to Poland, I probably went to Poland 2 or 3 times recently, just probably to eat a lot of sunflower seeds. But another thing we have is lots of fresh walnuts, and I was so ecstatic that you can get fresh walnuts on the markets here as well. So I have got myself a kilo of fresh walnuts, and I am just going to eat it. Going to eat it today. I've got loads of work to do. I am late with ordering stuff for a November box. Well, late, I mean a few days late, late according to my schedule. It'll be fine and we'll be on time, don't you worry. But I need to get cracking with that side of business, because it's been a lot of paperwork recently with the office and stuff. Lots of packing. Obviously Helen started, so I'm training for Helen. Good stuff. It's been all very good. Helen is so lovely. She just changed my life. I was in absolute bits recently, but yeah, she's just been brilliant. Okay, right. What do you reckon? Do you think we're getting there with our adherence of stuff? I feel like we need more light bulbs. We definitely need more light bulbs. Okay, pop that down. Get that stacked down properly. Get it here as well. Come on. And then that. Oh, I love that. Love that you get in those sets. I love the fact that you're getting bigger elements and small elements. I need to see what you're chatting about. Will you get more paint as most is out of stock already? Yes, Wendy, I will. I'm waiting for delivery. Unfortunately, I'm getting dribs and drabs because I'm not getting from the usual source. So I will get some more of that, promise. Promise. And I will send a newsletter as soon as it is available. Okay. I'm going to get all the cobwebs. Sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay. Oh, he's okay, Maria. He's fine. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's fine. He's okay. Okay, so right before I will go into painting this and just really, kind of continue antiquing this whole thing. I mean, this looks quite sturdy now, so that's good. I mean, good idea that I found the heat gun, because otherwise it would be a real disaster. I wanted to quickly introduce you to something that I'm going to be bringing to Craftbox very soon. That something is some of the clear beads. Okay, think of this as microbeads on steroids. You may say so. So these are microbeads, but they're much bigger microbeads. They're made of glass. They are it's like your, it's like your crystals and and all the other texture diary stuff, which by the way is a technical term, texture diaries. Anyway, so yes, these will be great for creating more and adding more texture. So I've got some here. They will come in probably about 15 to 20 milliliter pot. They are quite pricey for me to obtain, but they will be, I mean, they're just fantastic addition to a project, and they just go everywhere as any microbeads do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attempt, I mean, you would be much better with a hot melt, with a hot temperature glue gun. I'm going to add some of the glue here, and then literally just add these and hope that they will stick, because I don't want to lose the ones that are not getting stuck down. I'm just going to be taking them back and adding them somewhere else, like here for example. So I'll pour that. I completely missed. Way to go. And you do need to be quite quick when you're using a glue gun. Okay, now if this is the thing, if I like where something kind of fell and I want to preserve it there, I'm going to take some of the wet glue, and I'm going to using equivalents of glossy accents and just literally sink it in there. See? And then that will just sink in. And that's I'm just going to give it a moment, and I'm just going to zap it with a heat gun, and we'll stay in place. Okay? What fun. Maxi microbeads. They're fantastic, and they're really heavy. They're good quality. For me, quality is one of the most important things. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, so that's okay for now, because otherwise, I could play with the microbeads or macrobeads, whatever. And I'll be probably adding some other stuff and layering, but for now it's okay. So we need a heat gun, just to give this a quick zap. I hope it's not going to crack. Come on. Get stuck. It's okay. I'll probably avoid this whilst I'm painting, and then, when I get to that, it will be okay. So, here we go. I do need to clean this brush a little bit. Mind you, you know what? I've got another one. Look, Nikki, I put it in the water. Okay. So, I'm going to now start painting over this with some paint. I'm going to use the soft decor one, the more chalky paint. This is a really bad brush for this. Okay, and I'm going to start painting over those elements. As you can see, some of my why are you being so naughty and coming off? I'm getting lots of cobwebs. Okay, good. Yeah, where were we? Just gonna paint over this. Cobwebs don't matter. I think they will actually add a little bit to this project, so why not? Might as well. Okay, get that one covered. I'm not going to be covering it with huge opacity, but I do need a little bit of my paint here. What a beautiful day. If I didn't have that much to do today, I would honestly just be out already. I mean, not now, because obviously I'm chatting to you, but I do have loads to do, so I am going to be stuck indoors. Lots of stuff. I've got some orders to pack. I've got some stuff to do on a website. I've got other things to do, like ordering all the November stuff. Yep, very busy. I've got some wholesale inquiries. Just putting it there. Okay, nearly done with this. Thankfully, this is not a hugely complicated process. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm liking the cobwebs. I'm not liking the cobwebs. They are getting a little bit of a, you know, they're giving a little bit of a Halloweeny feel. So that should be okay, hopefully. I didn't need a huge amount of paint. So you can be frugal with everything. Okay, fine. I was happy with the heat gun because you need a bit of a drier surface. Someone's going to tell me to put that. I'm just reading. The glue webs. Okay. That should be okay. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of shading with this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of those antiquing paints. I'm sorry to be teasing you with those. Sorry. But I'm just going to use some of that green, which I really need to shake. Oh, come on, Herson. Get a grip on yourself. Right, okay, and some of that turquoisey and some of that blue. Now, you need a smaller brush. You get yourself a smaller brush, girl. Okay, and then we're going to be antiquing this whole piece. Okay, I think we need a different smaller brush, and I had one and I used it for the wax, for the bitumen thing. Do you know what? I'm going to use this one for the bitumen later on. Okay, so doesn't matter. Going to take some of that and then start adding this into a few points that I want to low light and highlight. Okay, and then dry brush it. If something pops off, that's fine. As I said, I'm using that dry glue gun, so that low melt glue gun, which is just not really working as great as I would have hoped, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of a dark paint now, and then I'm just going to carry on and just adding the highlights, and then we will produce some proper antiquing with that oily bitumen bitumen. Yeah, these look like fish eggs, don't they? They're just great, but they look a little like fish eggs. Creeps me out, just saying. Right, okay, giving a bit of a dark one. I keep repeating myself just so that you know what I'm doing, because clearly you cannot see. Oh my gosh, I've got some real jokes on today. I've got some sarcasm on. The sarcasm is on. Right, here you go. Keep on. There's going to have to be some heavy vacuum in here afterwards. Beep, 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 beep. Alright, okay. Then I'm going to clean my brush as much as I can anyway, because I don't have a dry towel. Just a little bit of a muppet. And take the turquoisey colour and then use that just in a few places. Oh gosh, this is looking amazing already. I am going to zoom this in a second just to show you, you know, the kind of the low lights, and then we're going to add highlights. So look how many techniques we have done today already. You know, we covered this whole canvas with the paper. That was you know, that was just brought me so much fame recently. I hate the paint. There's so many spelling mistakes on it. Yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. Don't get me wrong. That was just a highlight of my day. Okay, just saying. I hope I did the right right impression of this specific lady who's been really mean to me about the paper. Yeah, I will not be hearing from her today because I have actually blocked her because she was very mean, and I can't deal with meanness. Anyway, where were we? Okay, let's get over this. And so I'm adding quite a lot of low lights. Okay. And then taking the highlighter, let me just dry that a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to take the patina blue, and then I'm going to take the creamy lighter colour, and then just very gently, I just want to dry brush this. Obviously my brush should probably be a little bit, should have a little bit less colour on it. Oh, this is looking amazing. Need to highlight. Okay, need to highlight this. Oh, this is looking absolutely fantastic, if I may say so. I love the you know, the highlights look beautiful in those. What I would probably do is just take a little bit of my finger even and just give it like a really kind of rustic effect, as if this wasn't rustic effect, obviously. And then to top this up, I'm going to be using the cream green. Just really add even more highlights. And then we will dry all this. I need a little surface just to work that paint off my brush a little bit. Oh, the rusticness of it all. This needs to be dried. Oh yeah, I do speak to myself quite a lot. Apparently, all bright people speak to themselves. That's what I've heard. So I just, you know, that's why I read on BBC sometime. So I consider myself bright just because I speak to myself, or mental, either or. Alrighty, okay. Just add, oh, dry brushing. Yes, dry brushing. I love you. You are fantastic. You are fantastic dry brushing. Some fantastic dry brushing going on here. I'm going to zoom in a moment just to show you this project, with this really, you know, beautiful antiquing effects and everything that we have going on here. Dry this now. I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to add the paste, the antique paste. I do hope you got that. I've only had about 10 on the website. I don't know if it's still on the website. Nikki's probably going to tell me, because Nikki gives fantastic gives fantastic updates. Hi Deborah, lovely to see you. Or lovely to chat with you. Just going to add that. Okay. Get that nice and dry. And then we will do some antiquing on top of this whole adventure. Oh, on top of our little adventure. Right. Put my sleeves up. Right, okay. Antiquing paste once again. Oil solvent based. Okay. And adding, I'm going to pop a little bit on my brush. Whoa, don't go anywhere. And I'll probably wipe the excess on my glass surface here. So that's going to be my working surface. And yeah, it stays wet for quite a while. Now, let's do this. So first thing, I'm going to add some of that antiquing paste to the edges of my canvas. Okay, I want this to be vintage. We're going for proper industrial, you know, has been there for a while look. I'm not sure if you can, you know, you can probably use this on your finger, this antiquing paste, but you know, I'm just gonna do with the brush. Just so I'm going around the edges, adding a little bit. I don't want this to be perfectly like a, like a frame. So now and again, I'm just gonna stray off the edge, and just just make it kind of a bit more vintagey. Right. So that is the frame. The kind of I framed the picture. Okay. And just going to add this. Now we're going to start doing some highlighting and low lighting. Let me just switch my camera controls on, and I'm going to zoom in so that you can really see what I'm doing. Okay, so just bear with me for 1 second. Okay, that's fine, and we can get zoomed in. That should be fine, and here we go. That should be in the center. This is as much as I can zoom in, so hopefully that's okay. And I am going to, I'm just going to wait for this to catch up, see if that works fine for everyone. And I am going to then start adding the highlights and lowlights. Okay. Oh, actually, now we're going to add lots of lowlights. Right. Don't miss out on this paint, ladies, on this specific one, as I mentioned, because they're brilliant. Right, okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of our pieces and how you're really going to make that piece stand out and make a really nice piece of art here. Okay, little brush. I had a bigger one, but actually this smaller one will work just fine. You are going to need a solvent-based cleaner to clean this off. Right. I'm going to start going into those little crevices with my antiquing paste, wherever you would get a natural drop in light, because obviously you wouldn't be able to see that light. This is where I'm going to get. Okay, just where you would get that really natural. Oh, the sun doesn't get there. That sounds rude as well. That's not what I meant, but you know what I mean. Right, okay. You do need to have your paint dry for this, because otherwise you're just going to start mixing everything. It's a different way of low lighting. You can do the same with, say, sprays. If you have a, Tattered Angel spray, like a brown one, you can do exactly the same. Just, just pour a little bit in a tiny pot and use that as your low light. But with this antiquing paste, you also get this kind of greasy effect, which, for this project specifically, it's absolutely perfect. So I am using my matte as my little palette. Oh, this is looking absolutely amazing. I can't wait to do like a reveal. All those spaces here would be naturally darker, here where that light would not hit that in such an obvious way. Anywhere around your bolts, underneath, anywhere on the side. Decide which way the light, decide where's your light source, and decide where is your light source, and say it's here. If your light source is here, then anything on this side, behind any bigger elements, you can then low light. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to low light any obvious points, but then from then on I say the light is coming from here, so anything underneath is going to have to be a little bit darker. So I'm just going to be using that. This is the understanding the low lighting and highlighting is one of the most trickiest parts of doing pieces like that. And I do hear quite a lot from ladies I speak to. Is like, I'm new to mixed media. How do you get something looking like really vintage or like looking really natural, like with some low lights and highlights? How do you do that? Anyway, I can't really pronounce it. I lost it. I lost my speech. Look, it's happening already. But this is how you do it. You decide where your light source is, and then highlight anything on its path and low light anything that would naturally not get that much light. And you can already see a huge difference this has made to this entire piece. And this smells quite interesting. It smells like petrol, I guess, in a way. I don't know if that's a good smell or bad smell, but each to their own. Wherever makes you excited. Okay. Right. I think I'm going to add the tiniest amount of low light, just the tiniest here, just to exaggerate those elements. Not much. Okay. And so that was our low lighting. Wendy has given you the word shadow. Yes, shadow. Why could I not pronounce the word shadow? Was I really rubbish? Oh gosh, you see, it's not working already. What's happening with me? Right. One of my absolute favourite waxes from Prima, which by the way I am getting more of because I'm really in love with those colours. But one of my favourite waxes is the white gold. You probably saw it because are you creating shadows? Yes, I'm creating shadows. Well, low lights and highlights. I am creating shadows, but I think it's called low lighting and highlighting. It's fine. Shadows are fine. Okay, going to take, for my highlighting, I'm going to take some of the wax. So I'm wondering if I can just quickly try to clean the brush. It's like on your hair, you know? When you get low lights and highlights, wherever the sun is kind of hitting it, you wouldn't call a shadow, would you? But anyway, so I'm going to use this brush and see how that works, and very, very gently add it to the like a high points, just to give it a little bit of that bring a little bit of that metallic shine, because everything on this piece so far is quite matte. I'm not going to be using, you know, sometimes I'm quite heavy-handed with my waxes, nope, shadows. Sometimes I'm quite heavy-handed with my waxes, but I'm not going to be this time, because I literally just want to give it this impression that you know, that it has been a metallic piece that got really vintage and rusty, and just going to be adding that. Okay, here we go. Get the little bit on that light bulb. It used to work. Actually, these light bulbs do work. They really, really work. Oh, beautiful. Okay, and I think I'm going to add quite a lot on this side. Just add quite a lot, because this is where the sun is hitting it. So I've got my highlights. Oh. Okay, on the bolts, quite a lot here, and then on this piece here, on this piece here. Get all the cobwebs. Fantastic. Okay, here we go. So this is my industrial piece. It needs a sentiment. Certainly, definitely needs a sentiment. Let me see my little sentiment box, if I can find a sentiment. Thank you. I told ya. Right. Okay. I'm in search of a sentiment, so I'm sure I shall find one. I do really want one of those MDF ones. Not necessarily saying to the moon and back. Yep. I can't find one. I don't have a sentiment. Oh no. Right. I think sentiment, because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting here and then doing this for ages. So the sentiment is going to be added probably around here, I'm thinking. And then I'm going to take final pictures and do a little bit of a reveal. But this is the piece I've been working on. I hope you like it. Let me do a little bit of a zoom in. And here we go. You have the antiquing paste here, and on the edges you've got your crackle paste, you've got the newspapers, you've got the elements, the trinkets from the Industrialist collection, you've got snip arts from Industrialist, Have a look at this screw here, if that's, please zoom in. Oh, look at that. That is really, it's got really lovely wax. And you have quite a lot of low lighting and highlighting, lots of shadows, lots of wax, and lots of antiquing pastes. I really hope you enjoyed this. And I am going to, you know, I'm going to add a sentiment, paint the sentiment. The sentiment is going to go here, paint the sentiment, take some pictures and post it on craft boxes and everywhere else. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want any of the elements, the link is below in the description box. And I will see you again very soon. Sending you hugs as always, and have a fantastic end of your day. Rest of your day, not end of your day. Bye.